Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where I need to desperately do a lot of things. Do I even have a constructor? And the answer is probably no. I have what it takes to build it. Before I even build it? Let me check and see if I even have smelting. I don't even know where all my miners are. That's not there. Maybe it's over here. No, I was gonna put a miner here. Miner Mark 1. Oh, that's right, I'm missing concrete. Matter of fact, I'm gonna point it down there into that valley when I'm done. Okay, so because I'm missing concrete, where's limestone? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's say, don't I have a portable miner that could do this job for me? Oh, time to get me some more biomass. Biofuel. The one thing I do like about this game is you take a look at the environment, you listen to the soundtrack. Well, you won't be able to hear it really in the background. Hold on. Hopefully I can get it high enough. This isn't picking it up. There it goes. That music. Like, that right there sets the pure ambiance one would expect from playing this type of game. Because, I'm sitting here and you're thinking, you look around, you're like, okay, you're on an alien planet. And the music kind of gives off that feeling that you're on an alien planet. It just has that absolutely perfect ambiance. And that's the thing. Like, in my opinion, I'm gonna give you what I think to be the proper ideal for a game would be to have the game almost be a thrill to all five senses. Not necessarily, having the crispiest. No, not crispiest. Crispest. Crispest. Regardless, not having the most crisp audio doesn't necessarily have to be on point. It doesn't have to sound like reality. The musical score has to make sense, has to fit the mood. And for a larger portion of games, the audio, at least the symphonic audio, the musical script and the musical score, they seem to put way too many strings in it, like, oh, we gotta make this tension, so play a whole bunch of strings and creepy sounds. And it does kind of pull away from the game, whereas this gives you that, this background gives you this, just kind of, this is an alien world, but yet it's ever so slightly unsettling. Because it fills that air with mystery. But having good audio, good controls, doesn't necessarily even have to be good visuals. It could be just halfway decent visuals in terms of quality-wise. It doesn't have to be this heroic epic of quality. It really doesn't. And I think that's where a lot of people have gone off the rails. Because they sit down and they want to make this almost heroic epic, if you will, of, you know, we're making this grand adventure, and because we're making this grand adventure, we want everyone to feel like it is this grand adventure, so we're going to put it in Unreal Engine 5. Why? When I was a kid, our grand adventure was all in text. Truthfully, there was an old billboard game. You used to have to connect to a local bulletin board through dial-up internet. And when you connected to the local bulletin board, you got to play a game called Legend of Red Dragon. And Legend of Red Dragon was an amazing game. We're talking... nailed it. Like, for what it was, incredible. And what it was a text-based adventure. There was no graphics, and if you did have what I would call graphics, if you had a screen show up that had some sort of description of an area, you might get to see like an ASCII setup of what the cave kind of looked like. But it left everything to your imagination, and by doing so, the game felt more immersive. Because you really had to put your mind in the game and say, you know what? I'm in this forest, and you can see the sun shafts coming down through the leaves. And you can see around you to these woodland creatures. You can see an area to your north. The old text-based games were great like that. You had to really delve your entire self mentally into the game. And a lot of that's lost on the youth today. A lot of it. Because everything has a graphical component. Sometimes to a detriment because, well, what you have is you have like, wait, I don't want that there. I want it over here, but I don't have the stuff to make the smelter or the miner. Yeah. I don't have the stuff to make miner Mark 1. So I need to go pick up this. I still need other things, and then I need to compress my leaves into specific biomass. I can't even do that yet. But by putting your character in text and having your mind do all the work for you, it pulls you further and deeper into a game than even games today can do. And now the game's storytelling is reliant on, cutscenes and full motion video. Why not just take it back to text? Like, that would be, to me, would be a completely stylistic choice. What you do is you go back to text completely. Right? And I don't mean like text-based game, I'm saying you see your character, and when a screen comes up, or when you go someplace, the screen goes dark, and it's loading in the background. And the adventure that you're having to deal with starts painting a picture on the screen in text. And you have to really use your imagination to see what they're seeing. And they say, well, why couldn't they just display it on the screen? Well, they could. But then it loses the appeal. Because you don't feel as immersed into the project. You don't feel as immersed into the game. And there's a lot of things that fail to grab people like that and pull them in. And it's so easy to do. Honestly, if they were to bring back text-based games where you have to, you see the image on the screen only after you've read what it is. And you see still images, kind of like Doki Doki Literature Club. It'd be still images, or the backgrounds would actually move and you'd see the trees moving and everything. You could do something akin to that and just have the entire game be text-based, where you have to tell your character what to do through a series of either single letter commands or short word commands. Because then you would be blending both things. You would be blending the modern world and the modern way of doing things in terms of... I keep hitting B for build. I've been too much Pal World. You'd have the modern way of doing things, but at the same time, you'd have a minor issue. Speaking of minor, minor, Mark 1. Oops, wrong thing. Oh, and I don't have... that's right, I needed the other thing. So I need to come over here and make this so I can get flooring. Oh, biomass. And then after that is phase 1, which is flooring. So I guess it's back to this. The text-based era is something that's completely lost on the generation. The current generation that lives there today. It's like my friend Dylan. Dylan wanted to go see a midnight launch, a midnight release. And I told him, I said, it's not going to be like it was back in the day. With the advent of digital purchases, why would people want to get up and go out at 11:30 p.m., go wait in line, talk to other people about the game, and really, engage? Digital sales in the modern world have ruined that sense of community in gaming. I went to Gears of War 2 midnight release. I went to GameCube midnight release. I went to a couple of the Smash Brothers Brawl midnight release. I went to those, and there's a sense of community because you could sit there and you could talk to other people in the line that are waiting and say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Or what are the games you play? And you can start having that conversation. And then eventually you would get their gamer tag, and then you guys could party up and play like Halo or some other things. And that's gone now. And the problem with it the problem that existed, or it's not even a problem that's existed now. It's a problem that exists currently. Is everybody's become so antisocial and focused on winning and focused on being the best and focused on, I'm gonna go into esports and it's kind of killing community. Which is one of the things that I do like about YouTube. I mean, recording and putting this up on YouTube allows for people to come together and talk about things, talk about their experiences. Like when I made the retirement video, a ton of people talked about their experiences playing WoW. And I loved it. Because you can then live vicariously through that person. You can see how they played the games, and you can talk about games that you've played in the past. You can talk about stuff you've done in the past. And that's the true essence of video games. The whole purpose of video games, the whole reason they existed back in the day was not a form of distraction. It was to bring people together. Most games on the Atari didn't even have a player versus player mode. It's your turn, and then they play, and then they hand it over, and it's like, I got a high score. Now your turn. And that was it. It was going after a high score. There was no competitive nature. There was no division. It was just get together, sit down, have some fun. Like my mother and her good friend played crackpots on the Atari until like 4 in the morning. They sat up, getting drunk and playing crackpots. And that's the thing. That stuff doesn't exist nowadays. The majority of people have migrated so far away from that, it feels like a desolate wasteland. And people say, well, we want to be out there in the real world. We want to be out there doing this, that, and the other thing. Okay. I've been out there. How often can you go and do something in the real world before it gets old? And before you're like, oh, I've done it before. It was fun, but it's either too expensive to warrant doing it again, or it's too this, it's too that. Like, what's the... Where does it end? You know?
Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations.
To me,
You have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum.
I sit there and I think about it. I say, let's go back to the way video games and everything used to be. Let's go back to, not as competitive, but more of having that fun moment between you and your friends, just sitting down, just sitting there and having a blast, And to me, I've played games like Panel de Pon. I've played games with, I've played games with my sister, my nephew, and everything. Yeah, I mean, people are competitive. That's a natural thing. Yeah, that's the one I want right there. The base building. Nope. Wire, I just need some iron rods. Both for myself and for the base. 2 in 1. Also need concrete again. There. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a power pole right... And I put it on top of my other building. If I can't, I'm going to be upset. Be able to stack it on top of that building. Why not? It makes no sense. Well, it's going to go right there. Problem now becomes I don't have. Can I make the smelter? The answer is yes, but I can't do it in the manifold system, which means I'm going to have a minor amount of no, wait, maybe I can do it in the manifold system. I can. Aha! Oh wait, I'm missing materials. And it says object is overlapping, but we'll see about that. Actually, I should probably put up another pole like right here. That way the grids are on the same grid. I know I wire things like a chimpanzee. Don't worry about it. Alright, so knowing this, you don't have anything to deposit. That's set for mining iron, or smelting iron ingots. That's set for mining iron ore. It's time to hit it with some biomass. Nice. Now I don't need a constructor. I mean, ideally I should probably build a constructor, but I'm gonna build another portable miner so that I can go make a Mark 1 miner down on the limestone. But not without extra plates and extra stuff. Because apparently I'm not done doing that either. Gonna burn up all the limestone, it's fine. And of course I need iron plates. I'm just gonna burn up all the iron too. I keep hitting B. It's driving me crazy. Oops, that's a smelter. There we go. Did it again. Just hit the letter B for build. That's not gonna work. I don't want to build it too far out, because the longer it sits on the conveyor belt, I hit B. The longer it sits on the conveyor belt, the worse off it gets, because it's inefficient. That'll work. What am I doing? Not a smelter. Ugh. And I hit B again, and I just pinged for... I'm making a hash of things. It's fine. Don't question it. Don't worry about it. Well, there'll be a lot of limestone. I need to go make cable. Never ends. Now you watch, no more than I hook up this constructor, it's going to shut down because it's going to want more power, and it's going to be power I don't have. Concrete, but I need cable. Actually, my consumption's that much. Makes 20 megawatts of power, and I've only got 9 consumed, so we're pretty good now. Oh yeah, I need to make another constructor. Quite a few of them, actually. So off of this thing, I need to have splitters. I don't have splitters yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a storage container right up there so I can store all my stuff in it. The surface is too uneven. Now it's missing iron plates. You know, these are the days. These are the days that I look back on it and think to myself, I didn't do it right. Well, when that fills up, we'll figure something else out. So I need 200 concrete, 100 iron plates, but I need to make another constructor. But in order to make another constructor, I gotta hand make my screws. I also need logistics. So that explains why I'm not getting the production I need. Okay. So from there, I can build a constructor. Whoops. From there, I can build a... Did it again. A constructor. If I'm not a complete fool, I can do it. Missing one cable. Today is not my day. Reason I know this? After my Balatro games of failing with green deck, I'm going through this. Today is not my day. Just making sure I have it for the constructor. There's no way it's missing materials. It connected. Oh, there's no power. Not that one. Now I don't have enough fuel. Do you know what I mean about the audio in this? This is like brilliant audio direction. It gives that sense of tension, but at the same time, mysteriousness, mystique, intrigue. And then there are times that the music's just gone and dead silence is even disturbing. Like, imagine that. You're on an alien world, and it's just all of a sudden dead silent. Well, that's a thing in nightmares, isn't it? I hadn't seen one of those before. I hadn't made a save file out here. But nevertheless, you're on this alien planet, and it's dead quiet. Like, just you hear nothing. No wind, no animals. There's no one else there. You don't even have an ADA assistant to sit there and tell you, about the Fix-It factory, you're all alone. In the silence. It would be quite possibly the most unsettling thing ever. I'm almost there. Actually, wait, I am one plate off. I can do it. I just need this concrete. Concrete takes forever. This is one of those chill games that you really can get lost in, I mean, I looked down and I'm already at 37 minutes. Does it feel like 37 minutes? No. It feels like 10. Right? But you can totally get lost in this game. I totally got lost in Balacho. I didn't think I played it for an hour. I was like, I've played it for over 6 hours now, and I still didn't believe I played it for that long. I lost complete track of time in it, and I'm just sitting there just like mind blown, I've done the same for other things too. But tomorrow I've got some other stuff on my agenda. Got to get rid of all the stuff that's out in front of the house. It's getting in like a dumpster, that kind of thing. We're just going to throw it all in there. I'm going to take it all away. Then I don't have to worry about it again. And then after that, I got to finish just dealing with some like rocks and dirt downstairs. And I'm going to make like a little kind of like I can't even call it feng shui, but it's going to be like a Zen garden. I'm gonna have rocks in like the corner and everything because I don't want them out in the middle of the floor. But with the rocks in the corner, I'm gonna actually put like use a rake and put like ripples around it just to give it some sort of purpose, so it doesn't look like just basement floor. I'm not gonna do too much with it. I'm not gonna be too extensive with it. But just it's something to liven up the place after it being used for, horrible amounts of storage for decades. And yes, I mean, when I say horrible storage, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. Like, the storage, like, 30 years worth of stuff was just stored there. All, like, I can't even say damaged by the floodwaters, but it was. Because it was already damaged stuff. It's not like it was in good condition. Truly was insanity, though. Like, it's hard to really put it into words. Because I didn't think it was going to be, you know, that terrible. And then when you find out, well, it is indeed that terrible in there, or down there, and you're taken aback by it, you kind of just sit there numb to what you're seeing because of how bad it is. You just have to shrug your shoulders. There's no other logical expression to have. Then you just roll up your sleeves and get it all clean. Which is what I did. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. Just clean it all out. Yep. Alright, so what can I build now? Foundations.
Are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event,
See, now I can put foundations like under here. That way it's
that memories of beloved humans and or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
question is, if I put a foundation under here, will it make it too high? I don't think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to there we go. Now we're going to build some foundations. Oops, did not want to do that. There we go. Now I can have that miner, and then I can have that mine and then loop around to here. Which is what I might have it do anyway. Oh. The power grid was completely reliant on that, wasn't it? Yes, it was. My apologies. See, this music. Telling you. See, there we go. There we go. Now we got it going. Now it shouldn't need anything to go right into the constructor. It should go just right in. I have to set up a new milestone. I have to do logistics. And I'm going to have to call it after that. Because I need splitters and mergers. Oh, rip-a-doodle to me, I guess. Anyhow, as soon as I'm done building my constructor here, oh, okay, well, I guess it is going to need some conveyor belts. Not much, though. You go to that one, and then you go to that one. Oh, right, I have to tell you what to smelt. Oh, duh. Forgot. And I need iron rods as well, so we're going to start with iron rods. Right. No connection. I really should double up the connection there. I might do that, as a matter of fact. Hey, hold on. That way it goes through the same power grid and I don't have a... Oh yeah, I forgot. There we go. Huh? They both have biomass. I don't get it. They're both cooked into that pole. That pole's hooked into that pole, which goes down there. It's on the grid. Okay, well, we'll shut off the constructor, and then we'll just snap this back on and we'll see. Okay. So I have a capacity, and my consumption is 22. So if I turn this on... Why was it causing that fuse to go, then? It's generating plenty of power. Anyway. I guess it was confused. Just like me. Nevertheless, I'm going to leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. Now that I got foundations, I'm going to try to smooth out the entire base, get a whole manifold system going, and try to make it as clean as possible. We're hoping. I don't want to go over with all this whole spaghetti weave conveyor belt. Though the miner that's going to be down there is going to come up and around, and I might have to put in another smelter, and then from that smelter branch off and do like splitters into other constructors, or maybe just build another constructor next to it and then have it make, like, say, screws. But we'll see. I don't know. Nevertheless, I'm going to save this game. And I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.